And it says that I'm live, so yay. Okay. Yay. I don't know if anybody's here yet, but I just figured I'd go ahead and since it says I'm live, go ahead and do my little introduction. I'm D.L. Stewart. Obviously, this is my AuthorTube channel. I don't have any set times for doing live streams of my own anyways. There is a list of links down below, AuthorTube Tribe, and they are, people that regularly do these writing streams morning, daytime, during the week, and that schedule is down below with whose channel and what time on what days. So there's that. Let's see here. Let's show them some. Hey, I got some people. Hey, everybody. But yeah, I don't really have a time I do these. I know I did one last Sunday, a week ago, just randomly last minute. Today's randomly last minute. Hey, CL. I'm doing this basically because yesterday was Mandy Lynn's 10K writing challenge, and I went to do that. And I succeeded, but it was all for work. I didn't actually get the chance to write. And today I just haven't been able to actually sit down and write any today. So the kids just lay down. So I was like, you know what, I want to write. I figure there might be some of y'all that are out there that's still awake. I want to get a couple more words in. So I figured I would go ahead and do a live stream. Yeah. Hey, Naked Firefly. I plan on starting the first sprint. See here, it's 9:02, maybe about 10 after. That gives some time for more people to join. Y'all go ahead and tell me what y'all are working on. How y'all doing in camp, if you're participating in camp, all that fun jazz. I'm going to be working on my memoir. I finally got it all outlined a while back and have started actually writing it. I'm about, I think, 3 chapters into the first draft, something like that. I don't know. I noticed something I want to add into chapter 2, so I'm actually going to be starting in that tonight and see where I go from there. But for camp goals, I actually met mine sometime last week. I can't remember what day. I had set 60 hours of working on my memoir, which was a new project at that time. And I surpassed that by a lot now. I think I'm closer to like 75 or something. I haven't been updating it the past couple days, but I think I'm somewhere around 75 hours out of that 60-hour goal. I got it all outlined. Like I said, I've started writing the first couple chapters, and I have created a cover. It's still kind of in the works or whatever. It's just kind of a mock-up, I guess, of an idea. I've been kind of sharing it with some people, get their take on it and this and that, as well as I've created some other images and promotional photos that I might use for the cover or the back cover or something like that later on. Firefly says mostly planning and newsletter tonight. Yeah, I did my newsletter yesterday morning. I try to send mine out once a month on the 21st. I usually try to have it done a couple days earlier and set it to schedule, and I had forgotten all about it. So that's what I started off with yesterday morning. Firefly, I've mostly been taking a break today, start writing tomorrow. Yeah, that's how I was today after spending all day yesterday and just slowly grudging through that case and not actually getting any personal writing done then. Today, I just kind of took the day off and haven't really done much until now. I figured I'd go ahead and get a little bit in before I went to bed. CL, I'm editing the 3rd book in my series to get it to my beta readers and underwriters, so I need to add words. I'm still 12,000 words behind. What's your goal, like word count? Or if you have anything in mind? I'm obviously, since you're 12,000 behind or whatever. I don't think myself as an underwriter. I know I don't write a lot on my first draft. I just try to get the bare bones and fast draft it. But whenever I actually do go back and do revisions, I don't feel like it's really that hard for me to come up with stuff. I know my debut novel, The Battle for METAGORE, when I finally got it done and sent to my editor, I think it was like 111,000. And then after editing and stuff, I got it cut down to 108. So I don't really have any problems underwriting and overwriting in that case, because I just don't really care what the word count is. If it's not long enough, I'll put it as a novella, novelette, short story, whatever. It doesn't matter to me exactly what it goes under. I'm not set. It has to be this word count or anything like that. And I'm self-published, so I'm not trying to make a publisher happy with a certain word count or anything. I write whatever I feel like I need to. And I just had something pop up. I just write whatever I feel like I need to get the story across, basically. And I really don't worry about it too much. And what kind of books are you writing? My first draft is handwritten and is only 25.5. Normally, by the time I get it to my beta readers, it's 50,000 plus, and I always hope for 65 plus. Yeah, after writing the first book in my METAGORE series, I plan on the following books, books 2, 3, and 4, to be around about the same. Of 100 or so. If it's only like 90,000, that's fine. If it's over, that'll be fine. I don't want anything real short, just because it's the same in the series. I want the books kind of be similar in size. But besides that, if it's like a first thing, like this memoir, I really don't know what my end goal is. I figure it's probably going to be a full-blown novel. It might be 90, 100,000. I don't know. Right now, it is sitting at 21,000, and that's mostly outline. I bet probably at least 17,000 of that's outline, because I do write very thick outlines. But yeah, what kind of stories is your series? Is it like, contemporary, romance, fantasy, science fiction, mystery? Because I don't know if I've seen that in somebody else's stream while I was on there or in the comments or whatever. And if I have, I don't really remember. I'm terrible at remembering things like that. It's horror through. That's cool. I had an idea for like a paranormal type horror story before. I don't know if I'll ever write it. It was going to be called The Demon Thieves. It was actually like a nightmare I had, and I woke up and just jotted down the parts I remembered. I thought it'd be cool, but whatever. And then I have young adults, maybe it might end up being adult fantasy that I plan on writing, or I started writing. That's not really horror, but it's got some horror elements in it. But I'll just see where it goes. I'm not really confined that it has to be horror or anything. I just figure that might be more of the way it leans. It might just end up just being a dark fantasy. And more than likely, it's probably going to be adults. I thought about doing it as young adult to start out with, but I don't know if that's really going to be the case, because I'm an adult and I say adult words, and that's just how I am. And especially when I come writing, I don't really want it to be constrained to a certain thing. Just kind of let it fill itself out. But yeah, it's about 10 after almost. Within a minute, we'll get started on the first one. I'm going to do about 15-minute writing sprints. And then I would say 5 minutes in between, but it'll just be kind of, playing it by ear. Exactly how long in between them, but I'm going to try at least do 3. I think the last time I might have done 4, I don't know, 3 or 4. I can't remember what I did last time, but yeah, it's 10 after now. So let's go ahead and get started. 3, 2, 1. that is time. How well did all y'all do? Let's see, I'm gonna check mine real fast. Oops. I got 527. Hello, Dana. See that you're in there. Yeah, I'm getting some words in. I don't know how much, but I'm getting a few. Hey, John. Glad you can join us. We just got done with our first sprint. I'll probably be doing another one in a few minutes. Naked Firefly finished half of planning for tomorrow. Like half of planning what you're going to write, or just if you plan out your day in general, or planning for the newsletter, or so like you said you was actually working on the newsletter. Oh, baby, you're bleeding. Life happens. I'll be back. Don't be kicking at your scabs. All right, back. Sorry, my daughter was bleeding. She has a tendency. She's like the kid that will walk outside and get like ate up by mosquitoes like all the time, and then she has a tendency of scratching and picking at the little mosquito bites until they start bleeding. So that's fun. And it's always whenever she has to go to bed or take a nap that she decides to do this. All right. Firefly says what to work on and newsletter mainly. Work on newsletter contents in a minute. I never really know what to put in the newsletter. I feel like I kind of just repeat myself each month. I do like a little bit of an update where I'm at basically, and like my writing, which feels like I'm just kind of changing. Oh, I got chapter or whatever done, and the next month whatever chapter. Basically copy and paste, and then I have like what I plan on doing or releasing or whatever that next month, like content wise. I try to plan out all my YouTube videos in advance, as well as like what days I'll be posting like stuff on Instagram and things like that. And I think also blogs. I think it's YouTube, blog content, and Instagram. But I post those on there, and then it changes a lot, especially with YouTube, because I'll get an idea for a different video or get tagged in something. I'll go ahead and film that. Or the one I did today was the 10K challenge from Mandy Lynn. So I uploaded that today. I didn't have that scheduled into what I had originally done. So that happens. But that's mainly why I put my newsletters. Now and I'll throw in some images of what I'm working on or whatever. I don't know, the one that came out yesterday had the images that I had been working on for my memoir, all those individual images I had created for that. So try putting calendula oil on mosquito bites. Yeah, we have some not really Caliban lotion, but something else that's supposed to be put on like mosquito bites or rashes and stuff like that. And it's not that itchy or anything. And even if she doesn't have it, she'll find something to pick at just to make herself bleed. I don't know. John, can I throw you my pitch for my novel? I suck at pitches. For my debut novel, The Battle for METAGORE, it's a medieval fantasy. This is why I suck at pitches. I had to stop and think. The lord over the kingdom dies, and a new one's elected, and then the Grand Dukes are angered with the whole election process. So some of them kind of separate, and a few of them actually rebel and want to fight for the crown. And then the 6 different realms within the kingdom fall into a 6-way civil war. It's not like half and half. It's every man for himself, basically. There are some alliances that are formed, and issues and other things that happen, but it follows that whole build up and the war that is to follow. And all that is summarized within the same book. And it follows a point of view from all 6 different regions or realms, kingdoms, whatever. It follows a multitude of characters, follows each of the rulers, some of their duchesses and marquesses and stuff, some of the knights and warriors that are fighting, and some other stuff. So it's like a large cast of characters. It's an adult fantasy, so there's a lot of graphic violence. There's not really much swearing. There is some, but not much. It's mostly adult because of the graphic violence and stuff like that, and deaths, which I don't think is a pitch because pitches are supposed to be short. But that's it in a nutshell, I guess. It's 9:32 here. I'll try to start in about 30 minutes for the next sprint. And then a pitch for what I'm working on now, which is the slightly altered true identities of the Fog Boys. It's a memoir of when I used to be in a rap group. And it follows that kind of time in my life over the course of several years, from the creation of the group till kind of like the fallout of the group. I feel like I see a hair in front of me. I don't know if it's like on my eyelash or what. No. Sure. About a minute left before we start. I'm going to see what content I'm supposed to be doing this week. I have a calendar on, like I made up in Excel of what I would prefer to post. Shit. So I kind of keep track of all that. It's gonna drive me crazy now. Okay, I got 9:35 on my end, so we're gonna go ahead and start. 3, 2, 1. And that is time. How well did y'all do? I got 477 that time. Seal Conley said my signal went down, but I'm back. I'm glad you could join us again. Yeah, it sucks when signal goes down or power flickers or whatever, but life happens. That was my wife text me a while ago. Let's see here what she wants. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I know how that is. I live in town now, but for a while, well, it's been several years ago now, but back when I was in the rap group, me and the other guys in the group lived together. We all rented a house. There's 6 of us living there, and we lived out in the middle of nowhere. Our landlord was the closest neighbor, and he was probably about at least a quarter mile away from us. So I know how that is. Of course, I didn't have a computer or anything like that, or actual internet. I just had phone service, and I could barely get signal out there at all. And whenever I did, it was kind of like a hit and miss. Naked Firefly, honestly stuck on what content to put in the newsletter. Yeah, like I said, I'm the same way. I just saved a template of what I did one time. Which is kind of like an update where I'm at in the writing process on my current work in progress, and then a list of different stuff that I'm going to be doing for that next month. Since it comes out on the 21st, like the one that came out yesterday, I just had the list of what I plan on doing in August. And then now and then I'll throw in something extra, I guess. Like this month's, and I think last month's as well. Rogue Book Fair, or the Rogue Skies Book Fair, is going on, and my book, The Battle for METAGORE, is in that for a discounted price through Amazon and such. So that little memo was also in there. But besides that, I'm as clueless with newsletters. I see other people's, and they do like different, like product reviews or stuff like that. I'm just like, I care less about that myself. I'm sure a lot of people would enjoy it, but yeah, I'm not that thrilled about a lot of products. I'm actually going to put it in a newsletter, and I don't want to just throw the image and try to think of stuff or whatever. I don't know. It's just not me, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what to do for a newsletter. Just like I don't know what to do for a blog. I just kind of put different random things in those. If you go look at my blog, there's nothing that's just cohesive about it. I think I've got a couple book reviews on there. I got a couple writing tags that I did on there instead of doing them on YouTube. I have the histories of all the different kingdoms of METAGORE for my debut novel. I went through like the history. I don't know how to do history. It's just like a bullet point of the key events. I did that for a couple of them. I posted a couple old song lyrics up on there. And I think I posted some live stream schedule for camp or whatever at the beginning of the month that I knew about, but that was about it. And I think that's all I got right now for blogs, because I have no idea what to really do. I know a lot of people do like their daily life thing or inspiration. Me personally, I don't like writing on stuff that's not actually for either work where I have to write for it or my story that I'm actually working on. I don't want to actually try to take time out of my day to write something new just to put on a blog or something. I want it to be something that I'm interested in, because I feel like if I'm not interested in it, then people that's going to be looking at it's probably not going to be interested in it. And it's just, um, which is why I kind of just jump around on that all the time. I know August 10th, I have a blog scheduled. It's going to be an author interview of Carrow Brown, since her novel comes out on the 9th. So that'll be like the day after. And I still got to get back with her with questions and have her answer them. But I'll be doing that as a blog. But besides that, I'm clueless. Oh, you know what other blogs I got scheduled? I think I got one scheduled. Yeah, it's the wrong one. I know I got a couple more writing tags I plan on doing there instead of on YouTube. Yeah, I plan on doing on the 27th, which is Saturday, the author origins tag on my blog. Yeah. I might be doing more book reviews as I finish more books. But I'm a slow reader and I jump around, and it takes me forever to actually finish a book. And I found out that I DNF a lot of books just because I'm one of those people, I'm slow at reading, and I don't know, I've just got what I like, and if it's just not fitting in that, it's just too much trudging through it. Basically, I don't like just sitting there trying to read it just so I can finish it. If I don't like it, I'm going to DNF it. I mean, I don't really know if I have a particular type that I like. I've read all kinds of different types. I've liked all kinds of different types. It's just, I guess, the author's voice, in a sense, that kind of makes it, breaks it for me. I got a book I've been trying to read, and I'm not even that far into it, and I'm already not liking it. I thought the story and the premise and whatever is good. It's medieval fantasy. It's about war. It's what I write. That's what I like. I like the violence. I like some of the description, but just some of the narrative voice and stuff. Just, I don't know. It just kind of takes me out of the story too much, and I don't know. I'm still trying to read it right now, but I got a feeling I'll be just like, nope, next. It's 9:58 right now. I'm going to try to get started in about 2 minutes on the next stream. I've even looked at some templates for newsletters or whatever and tried to see if I could base mine off of some of those. It didn't really help. I've even saved newsletters I get from other authors and stuff to kind of see what content they put in there. And it's either what I've got plus, like I said, the review of products or something, or I know some of them kind of do like a little blog type post of just like a daily inspiration writing thing as an extra bit of their newsletter. I don't really want to do that. So I've found that that doesn't really help me out either. So I don't know. I think newsletter and blogs are my least favorite thing about social media realm and networking online and such. I don't mind doing videos. I don't mind just acting a fool, posting, doing pictures or whatever. But when it comes to actually having to create more content, actual writing wise, I'd rather just spend that time working on my story in a sense. And I know a lot of people's like that. If they'll still do it or whatever, they feel like they have to or something, but no. I know one of the things I used to say whenever I used to rap, I was like, once it gets to feel like it's a chore to me that I have to do it, then I'm just going to quit. which isn't why I quit or whatever. It's just kind of other circumstances and series of events. But oh well. You can get a newsletter from an author tuber who sends a synopsis of her video. Like each time she does a video, is it like weekly or something? I know some people do weekly newsletters, bi-weekly, whatever. I've seen those, plus I've seen people put in courses they offer, and I definitely don't have any courses to offer. I don't want to put in something crazy, but I'm sure I'll come up with something. Yeah, I don't have any courses to offer. I think I got part in my newsletter. Also have it on my website that I do authors services. I guess it's not paid services. It's just kind of free. Saying that I'm willing to beta read or alpha read something, or if you wanted to send me something for like an ARC review, I'll review it and do a book review of it. And then I would kind of beta or alpha read, and if you guys say a series of questions or something you want me to answer for those, so you can kind of get better idea of what your readers would think about it. I will do that. I don't mind doing that, helping people out that way. I don't charge for it or anything. So it's not really a paid service, but I put that in my newsletter because I know a lot of other authors or whatever do follow me and are subscribed to my newsletter. So I let them know that up front. As well as I do have a bio link to my novel in the newsletter as well. And if anything comes up randomly during the month, I don't really want to wait until my normal newsletter is set to come out. I will go ahead and do an extra or a bonus newsletter. Like right now, I am actually in the starting process of possibly having somebody do an audio book of my novel. So I'm supposed to be talking to the dude more in depth about it soon. We'll probably schedule a video chat like this on Skype or something. I was going to use Hangouts, but I think that's ending soon, so I think we're going to use Skype. But he said it'd be at the end of this month, early August, before he can get back to me about that. So, yep, every week, yeah. Like I said, I don't really do a synopsis breakdown, but like I said, I do have like a schedule what I plan on doing it. Like on Mondays are my normal upload for YouTube. At times I'll do a bonus one, which will be on Thursday. I usually don't put those bonus ones into my schedule on my newsletter because those are just random, spur of the moment type of ordeals. I'll be, oh, I want to do this, and I'll do it, and I'll put it on that. Or if somebody tags me in a tag, and then I'll decide to post it on there instead of Monday if I've already filmed that Monday. If not, then I'll go ahead and do it then. But I will have, like today's the 22nd. It would have been like July 22nd. And then it would say whatever the title or, a little description of what I planned on doing today, which I didn't do. I did the 10K challenge, but, it's just kind of an idea. So people are like, oh, I'm wanting to see that or something. And then they'll know when that's coming out or whatever. And I'll put if it's going to be on my YouTube channel or if it's going to be in my blog or something like that. Not really in much details, just kind of bullet points of that. It was a mosquito or something. But anyways, it's after 10 now. It's 10:04. Go ahead and get started. Do another 15-minute one. And then if y'all want, we can do another one after that. That would make 4. But go ahead and get started. 3, 2, 1, go. And that is time. See here, how did y'all do? All right, Naked Firefly, you're probably already gone, but I know that feeling. I have to get up. Whenever the kids wake me up, I guess. Let's see here. See what I have done. I got 520 myself. Oh, y'all want to do another sprint, or are y'all about good? No, I'd say maybe do another one, but I know Firefly left, and I don't know how many people still left. 106 mostly, right? Not too bad. Are you you say you're doing you got proofing, or see here, so I can find it. Yeah, adding words. Okay. Maybe you're doing something. When you're trying to add words, it can be kind of hard. I think for me anyways, trying to cut words is easier than trying to add words. Second round of edits, yeah. Edits are always fun. But for me, like I said, cutting words is a lot easier. I hate adding words. I think that's why when I do my outline, I write them so thick because I try to think of everything that I could put into that draft, even though whenever I do write it, to me, it still feels like a fast draft and it's still kind of just bare bones. And that's because I'm actually trying to get that into words. And then whenever I go back for my second draft, actually add more of the descriptions and stuff like that. And that part doesn't feel too hard for me. But whenever I actually need to add in a scene later on because of something or anything like that, that's what I feel like I have more trouble with. I'd rather somebody be like, well, you need to just cut this much out or something. I can do that pretty easily. But actually try and add stuff, because I know the first draft is even hard for me, even with a thick, straightforward outline. I still feel like I'm just slowly going through the first draft and it's just trudging along. But yeah, that's just me. Yeah, I couldn't imagine trying to write by hand anymore. I know my first writing that I ever done, I was still in high school. It was going to be part of a trilogy called Left But Not Forgotten, which that name I gave to it long after I had already kind of sat it down. I plan on maybe at some point revisiting it and redoing it because it's just garbage. I started it in school. It started as like a short story, like page front and back assignments that I had to do. And of course, in school it was written. We didn't have computers that we could type on then. We had a computer lab that we could use for stuff, but all your work had to be written. And I had just continued to add on to that and made it into like a trilogy of whatever. I don't even know how many words it is or anything, but it's pretty thick. I had written all of that by hand and then transferred it all over to the computer. And I tried to do the outline for book 3 in my METAGORE series by hand here a while back. And just doing the outline, I was like, no, there's no way I could write by hand anymore for any long periods of time. I have to type it up. My hand starts cramping too much. Try and do that. But yeah, God, whenever I do my first draft, I plug in a little bit of detail That just kind of comes up to my mind while I'm writing. But the majority of it, I don't, or it's just very bland detail. Um, Shirt was black, whatever, and just go on. And then later, maybe, kind of describe the shirt a little bit more. If I said it was blue, what kind of blue is this? Teal, aqua, whatever. And I'll go back and change all that stuff later. Just so whenever I do go back and look at it, okay, I wanted it to be blue, what kind of blue, and add it from there. But a lot of the details I do just kind of skim over my first draft when it comes to like descriptions and scenery and stuff. I kind of bare bones, and that's about it. And then let's see here, what else? I usually go back my second draft. I do all that, and at times I do little placeholders where I can't think of a word. I know I want a particular word. I'll just kind of put a little placeholder there and brief little description of what that word is that I'm looking for. And put that there. And then also if there's any scenes or something I might have skipped for whatever reason, or a name I need to think of, I'll go through and add all that stuff in my second draft. And then after my second draft, my third, I go back and change all the dialogue to more fit the actual characters themselves, whether it's certain accents or articulations. I'll change all that at that point. And then after my third draft, any other draft after that is more just strictly revising and editing the story in and of itself, not, the contents creation or anything. I have several spiral notebooks filled with stories from high school. Yeah, I had call them trapper keepers. Some people call them binders, whatever, but the kind that zip around them. And I had one of those completely packed full. I mean, it was like that thick of notebook paper from just that trilogy story or whatever I had written. And I had wrote it all out of order on front and back of random pieces of paper that might have already had like homework or something on one side, and I wrote it on the back or whatever. It was a mess. And one day I finally sat down and put it all on my computer. That was fun trying to sort all that stuff out because they wasn't bound together anyway, and the little rings or whatever of the binder didn't clamp all the way, so it was kind of pointless to stick them in there because it wasn't going to hold it. So it was just kind of thrown in there, and I'd be reading one part. I'm like, okay, got to shift through all the papers, try to find the next one. And at one point, I did sit down and write like page 1, page 2, page 3 on all of them, just so I could kind of keep them in order. But that was always fun. But a lot of my notebooks with actual writing in it, I had mainly worked on that while I was in school. After school, I kind of mostly went more with when I rapped. So a lot of it was some more song lyrics and stuff. I had been writing songs since I was like 9 years old or something, but it didn't develop into more rap until I was like 19. So for about 10 years there, I had, but it was mostly just like on napkins or stuff like that. And then after school, I started actually writing them in notebooks themselves. Let's see here. If I stare at a computer screen too long, sometimes it puts me to sleep. I prefer paper, but I think it's because I'm used to it. Plus, I can take it with me wherever I go. Yeah, I don't really have the problem staring at a computer screen too long to make me go to sleep because I'm constantly on the computer, whether it's writing. I'm a legal transcriber or transcriptionist or whatever. So I have to work on the computer. I have to listen to audio and type it up. And so I'm always used to that screen. I know a lot of people say, the light from the screen, either a computer or phone or TV or wherever, hurts their eyes and get special glasses. I haven't had that problem yet. I do wear contacts, and I know later at night, like now, or it's not bothering me right now, but I know later at nights while I'm staring at a screen, I'll start kind of get this headache like right above my eyes. And I can feel that pressure on my eyes. But if I put my glasses back on, it doesn't. And whenever I'm actually working, a lot of times I wear my glasses because I can sit in front of a computer screen longer with glasses on, I can contacts. So if you're watching my actual writing vlog, you might see me switch back and forth between those. Or I think yesterday for the 10K challenge, I only wore my glasses because I knew I would be in front of a screen for too long. But it doesn't really bother me that much, and it doesn't put me to sleep. And when I'm not writing, I'm either watching videos on YouTube or creating photos and doing all that kind of stuff. But I do try to save a lot of it in Google Docs. That way I can access it from my phone. And then whenever I don't have actual signal or anything, Google Docs will still open up on my phone. It just won't save until I do have signal. I also have other apps on my phone, like Evernote and stuff like that, that I can kind of jot down stuff quickly. That doesn't require any internet access and stuff. And then I have that with me if I think of anything while I'm gone or at the store or at a friend's house, my mom's or whatever. And that way, whenever I get home by the computer, I can just open it up and just kind of transfer it that way. But I like using Google Docs that way. So if I do it on my phone, I can just open it up on Google Docs on my computer and copy and paste. I don't really have to do much. Think your notebook is like your security blanket. Yeah, I could see that. I know when I was doing music, I would type a lot of stuff up on my computer as well. I hand wrote almost all of it. And that's what I took to the studio. And I like that physical, being able to hold a type of paper whenever I was recording. And even after I recorded it, I wanted to keep that for, I don't know, just to have it, I guess. So I can understand that. I think I still have all that big binder full of papers that I wrote for that Left But Not Forgotten trilogy or whatever. But I think whenever I redo it, it's just going to be a duology. I think I'm going to cut that last book and maybe write it with different characters or whatever, because it doesn't really fit the story. I was in high school and I was like, yeah, I'm going to make it do this. No. Now actually pursuing writing as a career or whatever is it's garbage. It's getting scrapped. If I do that last book, it will be probably just a standalone. But yeah, I still think I got all those papers or something. Yeah, I had a couple that had Velcro strap. I know I had some friends that didn't even have any kind of strap at all. But for some reason, the one my mom always bought me, because she was the one that had to go out and buy the stuff, I didn't really have a say in it. Of course, I didn't really care. It would be that same kind of material like the Velcro had, that cloth, whatever, but it had the zipper that went all the way around it. And halfway through the school year, my zipper broke because I had so much crap in there. So it wouldn't zip or unzip. It was just, but yeah. I quit using it partway through high school or whatever. I just had a regular notebook and just used it. But for a long time, I had a thick trapper keeper because everything just got cramped in there. Let's see here. What time is it? Oh, shit. Y'all want to do another sprint, or are y'all about done for the night? Do. All right. Yeah, I probably got some laundry to do in the morning too. I think the dishes are done. I think my wife did them all ago. But yeah, doing laundry for 5 people, it's a never-ending job here. Yeah, I guess then I am going to go ahead and call it a night. We're going a little over an hour and a half now, so 3 sprints, not too bad. So yeah, thank y'all for joining me. Again, I'm Dale Stewart. This is my YouTube channel. I try to post every Monday. Now I might do bonus videos. Yeah, that sucks. I don't have to wake up quite that early right now. Summer, I don't have to wake up until like 8:30. Whenever the kids wake me up, if I'm lucky. Now and then they try to wake me up at like 5:30, and I tell them no, it's too early. Well, usually it's around 8:30. School starts, I'll be waking up probably about 5:30 every day. So yeah, I know how that feels. Well, like I said, I'm DL Stewart. I post regularly on Mondays. Now that I might do a bonus video. My debut novel, The Battle for METAGORE, is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books Depository, Indigo, IndieBound, and a bunch of other places. All those links should be down in the description bar. If you go to Amazon, you get it for a discounted price for the month of July. The ebook is 99 cents, and then the paperback is $12.99. After July, it'll go up to $4.99 and $14.99. All my other social media links are down below. I got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. I have a website I have a blog on that website. And I have a sign up for my newsletter on my website. And like I mentioned earlier, if you was here or not, I had an author services page on my website where you can kind of look and see exactly what I'm willing to do. Reviews, beta reading, stuff like that, whatever. And kind of how to submit that and that whole process, and get in contact with me through there. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm terrible at signing up, but I will see all y'all maybe tomorrow on, I think Skye SD Haggis is doing a writing stream tomorrow morning at noon Eastern, I believe. So I might be on there. So if y'all happen to stop by her channel and participate in that write-in, you might see me, maybe, as long as something doesn't come up. So yeah, that's about it. Peace out. Everybody love everybody.